What if 5 simple exercises could make your prolapse feel better in just 10 minutes? I have chosen these exercises because they provide strength, not strain. So we are going to get started, and all you need is something like a yoga block or maybe a pillow. Okay, so here we are. This is the plan. We're gonna run through a circuit of 5 exercises 2 times through for 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest as we transition into the next movement. All of this is done on the floor, and these are all focusing on your pelvic floor health to help your pelvic floor feel supported and strengthened without straining. Right? We feel very vulnerable if we feel like everything we do is going to trigger a collapse of our pelvic floor. So everything should feel really nice and easy, no straining, and you definitely want to be sure that you're breathing, no holding your breath. And we'll talk about that as we exercise. Okay, so first thing is to just go down onto the floor like this. Heels closest to your bum, knees bent, about hip width apart, arms down by your side. We're gonna start with pelvic tilts. So as we exhale, we're going to gently imprint our low back into the ground. And then we are going to release back to a natural space in the low back. And then we're gonna do that again. So you're going to exhale and gently press your low back into the mat, utilizing your tummy muscles, your pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so we are about to start in 10 seconds. Here we're going to be pressing gently back into the ground, utilizing our tummy muscles, and then go back to neutral. We want to be breathing throughout the exercises. So, and here we go. Breathe out, gently imprint your low back into the mat. Inhale and up. Back to a natural position in your low back. This is just a nice gentle movement. Waking up these muscles, waking up the pelvic floor muscles, back to neutral, and again. And back to natural position. And again, breathe out, imprinting your low back into the mat. So it's just tilting your pelvis backwards into the floor. Okay, that's it. That was 50 seconds. And now we're going to do a variation of a dead bug. Okay, so natural, neutral spine here, and we're just going to march 1 foot up and back down. Right, so we're moving here from the hips. Everything here is stable. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So you feel your tummy muscles working. No straining in your low back. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Right, so everything here is steady and strong. Perfect, good. And now here we're gonna go into a bridge. So you're gonna creep your feet a little closer to your bum, like you might be able to feel your heels. You can have your toes turned out, shoulders down, and you're just gonna lift and then slowly lower. Breathe out and lift. And slowly lower. Okay, only go up as high as you're comfortable. You might just want to go up this high. That's okay. You go up as high as you can, feeling it in the backs of your legs, and then slowly lower. You don't want to just drop your bum on the ground. You want to feel the whole back of your legs working. Be nice and strong. Breathing out on the way up. and down. That was 50 seconds. We're gonna flip over and do a modified bird dog. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips here, and you just reach and back down. Okay, this is modified. We're not going all the way up today. So it's a sliding. You're looking down at your fingertips, right? You don't want to be pulled up. Everything in line. Strong arms. Your tummy is engaged. Right? Your muscles are challenged when your limbs are moving. And it needs to keep your hips and your spine steady. All right. That was 50 seconds, and now we have cat and cow. Hands stay under your shoulders. Abdominals are nice and strong here. And now you arch up, tuck your chin, squeeze your belly, and then look up and arch your back down. And do that again. Breathe out and then up. Nice and controlled, stretching your back. Okay, perfect. Now we're back around to doing that pelvic tilt again. Okay, so here we are, just like at the beginning. Pelvic tilt, exhale, gently press your low back into the mat below, and then back up to natural position. And then do that again. Breathe out, gently press, and then back to neutral. Right? You don't want your butt to be doing this work. You want to feel it more here in your tummy muscles and maybe in your pelvic floor muscles lower down. Exhale. And just keep doing that rocking movement. Perfect. Perfect. And now we hold neutral position, and we're going to do that marching dead bug modified. So it's lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. The idea here is stability. So all these muscles are keeping you stable. This is a very modified movement. It's very safe. If you're dealing with prolapse or just pelvic floor, maybe you've had a baby and you're just starting to exercise again, and you are just getting your toe in the water. I wish I had done this kind of stuff before I started doing more intense work, and maybe I wouldn't have had a prolapse. So stabilized, strengthening these muscles is super important. Just keep breathing. Never hold your breath. Perfect, that was 50 seconds. And now we're gonna use a block right between our knees to help ignite our pelvic floor muscles. In our bridge, heels close to our fingertips. Breathe out and lift, keeping pressure on the block, and then slowly lower. And you do that again. So this, with the block, you feel your inner thighs working a bit more, your pelvic floor is working a bit more. Breathe out, lift, engaging all these muscles here. was 50 seconds. And now we're gonna flip. And we're gonna do our modified bird dog, right? So hands under the shoulders, stable in your torso, right? No rocking around or hunching over. You wanna stay nice and steady. Looking down. So this is challenging your core to stay strong in controlled movement, right? You don't wanna be tilting. Keep breathing. Okay, perfect, stable. And now we're gonna do a cat-cow. So abdominals are engaged, hands under, reset yourself. And now it's tuck under, and then relax, and look up. And again. Exhale when you're coming up like a cat. Okay, and that was it. Okay, so good job, guys. That was 10 minutes on the button of pelvic floor work to help support a prolapse. Maybe you've been diagnosed with a prolapse. Maybe you're worried about a prolapse. Maybe you're just feeling like something's off there and you want to support it. Maybe you've had a baby and you want to make sure that you do the right things in order to not get a prolapse and just start at a very basic place and rebuild all of those muscles that help keep everything intact in there. Okay, so thank you so much, and I hope that was helpful to you. I hope that you come back again and watch another video. And if you would like and subscribe down below, that would be awesome. And come back again for more information on prolapse, what to avoid with prolapse, what to do with a prolapse, so that you can keep doing all the things you love without having to worry about prolapse. Okay, thanks again. My name is June Melia, and I've been a certified personal trainer for 25 years, and I would love any feedback if you'd like to share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.